Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashis Kaman TV. What is happening in our country today is unacceptable. There's so many deaths by the police is unacceptable. So many injuries by the police is unacceptable. The looting of properties, destruction of properties by the goons is unacceptable. We saw 5 Subarus as reported again by the Citizen TV, whereby the squad that seems to be highly trained were leaving bodies on the road after crashing the demonstrators. The bodies were left on the roads. This is an organized crime. This is a premeditated crime. It has a command, and it is very, very clear that this is the work of the government. That is the most scary thing, that the government is actually killing its own people. That is the truth of the matter. That the government can unleash that kind of terror to innocent, unarmed demonstrators raises many questions, ladies and gentlemen. I think what is happening in Kenya, I think we are inviting the International Criminal Court. And I'm happy that a team from UK wrote to the prosecutor of the ICC to come and investigate the organized crime that happened in Kenya. It is a crime against humanity. It is massacre, actually, what is happening. You know, like Jimmy Wajigi is asking, how much blood must be shed for normalcy to return? And what is the way forward, ladies and gentlemen? You know, we also need to ask ourselves, what is the way forward? You know, Raila Odinga called for a national conclave, like that of the cardinals, when I think they were electing the Pope. And I think somehow, if you ask me, it's a good idea. The youth should be the majority, because actually they are the majority. Political parties, the church, the civil society, the Law Society of Kenya, the professionals like the engineers, let them nominate people, a conclave of about, say, 200 people. Then they nominate a leader for this country. Whether that leader will be William Samoei Ruto, it will be okay. Whether that leader will be a Gen Z, it will be okay. I think we can provide a situation. Because you see, I was trying to see, that's why, by the way, I'm late in posting this video. I'm trying to see and find out what people are saying. And when you look at what the youth especially are posting online, they are not yet done. That's the truth of the matter. I'm told this morning in Ebu, there were some eruptions, there was some chaos, there was some demonstration this morning, and today is 8th of July. And the fact that we are losing many people, the fact that property is being destroyed, the fact that the economy is getting a thorough beating, the fact that even visitors cannot come to our country because of what is happening, it is just a matter of time before this country collapses. If you continue like this, all the systems are going to collapse. That is the truth of the matter. And I'm beginning to think that, when you look at the way the government has been responding, you agree with me that the government does not seem to have a better solution. And by the way, it is very, very easy for a country to sink down. It is very, very easy for a country to go the Somali way. It is very easy. And just like one of my teachers, Haman Manyora, has been saying, that Kenya is so good to go down. Or that, I agree with him. We should not let our country go down. We should not let our country go to the abyss. We cannot throw our country to the dogs. Because, by the way, that is where we are heading to. That's where we are heading to. Because yesterday we had demonstrations in more than 17 counties where there were serious demonstrations. Doesn't mean that those that were not counted, that there were no demonstrations. There were pockets here and there. But we're talking about where there were massive destruction of properties, massive destruction of property, people were killed, massive looting. 17 counties. Those are so many, ladies and gentlemen. Even if it was one county, I think we need, what William Samoei Ruto and his government need to do is to ensure that the sanity returns to the table. And the only person who can call this kind of conflict, the only person who can give the solution, propose the solution to the issue. No, because you see, yes, we have a crisis. And this crisis seems not to end anytime soon. So who is going to initiate the next move? Because if you ask me, it looks like, and it is very clear, that the electorate, the voters, the Kenyans in general, the citizens, they are not satisfied. They are not contented. They have a lot of disapproval as far as the entire ruling class is concerned. This goes to the senators, this goes to the members of parliament, this goes to the governors and the executive, the whole of the executive. And let me ask you, what is your solution, by the way? Maybe you can write in the comment section. I know a number of these guys for this channel. Some of them are the NIS, I know this. They for us. And I know some very senior government officials who watch this channel. Maybe you can write in the comment section what you think is the solution for this country. Raila gave us his proposal about the conclave. What is your proposal? Many people would say William Samoei Ruto should step aside. That is what many people would say. But let us also explore other options. Because one, William Samoei Ruto cannot step down, if you ask me. He can't. And when you look at William Samoei Ruto wants to complete his first term. We have 2 years to go. He wants to complete his first term. But the demonstrations, I am doubting whether they are going to allow him. With this kind of demonstrations. Because you see, if people are killed like this, now who will be left? Surely, who will be left? Who will be voting for this government, ladies and gentlemen? And those guys who are killing, those policemen who are shooting people, why? Why shoot people? Why? Because you see, sometimes there are ways of actually dealing with demonstrators. Because normally we get it wrong on our way of doing things. That is why we go wrong. The way of doing things. Because the way we have been handling these demonstrators, it is wrong in my view. The way the government has been responding to the demonstrators is wrong in my view. Because it is very easy. Just ensure that there is no destruction of property. Because I was asking myself, if the government was to retreat and maybe secure the vital installations as they should, constitutionally, then let people demonstrate. How many days can Kenyans demonstrate? You see, because you see, Kenyans, by letting Kenyans demonstrate, they'll be venting their anger. They'll be releasing their anger. And this is one way of solving the problem. But now, when you resist, when you kill, when you beat, when you maim, then what is left? And then, I know people are crying, especially businessmen, because of the destruction of properties. So much properties has been destroyed. I know some families are mourning because life has been lost. And I think from where I sit, this should not happen in modern day Kenya. that the extrajudicial killing is taking place in Kenya is undisputed. That the government is the one that is killing Kenyans is undisputed. That these goons are so organized, it is undisputed. That lives has been lost, it is undisputed. And that there is no solution in sight is also undisputed. Because you see, before it happens next, how are we going to handle the situation? What is the government doing? That's a question we need to ask ourselves. Because you see, the issue of the youth, joblessness, because that is the main issue, joblessness, overtaxation, extrajudicial killings. If the government was to stop all this, I think the country would move forward. I don't know what you think, but please comment in the comment section, propose a solution. We see whether anybody is going to pick those comments. And have a blessed day. Bye-bye.